Just a friendly PSA if it hasn't been mentioned, and I think I put it in like 2 different blocks inside of Discord, but triple witching day into a shortened session tomorrow, so stay cautious.
Thank you, Brian. I actually forgot about that.
Good morning. Just realized my microphone was off, but yeah, thanks for sharing, Brian.
Morning.
There we go. A little bit of a delay on my trading view here. So yeah, interesting session yesterday. But very bullish since hitting the bottom here yesterday. And nice pull back into, I believe this was Asia low. Was London low from the previous day, became Asia low. And now we're just getting above support. Sorry, getting above resistance over here. Next level is around the 36,630. And this is all-time highs again. So not planning on doing anything in the first 30 minutes. I want to see what's going on. Carrick, how's that long going? You still in?
I just exited.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Your target was right around, so we blew past your target. So good for you.
Yeah.
Nice trade.
Yeah, that was a good trade on gold.
Yeah. Do you mind sharing what your entry was? Maybe not the exact level, but what your thesis was? Was it the double triple bottom here?
Yeah. Okay. It all started. With the level on the 15 minutes, the 260, 4260.
42.
Yes, I was watching this level, and I started looking at the 5 minutes. It put inverted hammer.
Was it at 840?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I see it here.
Despite this is inverted the hammer or kangaroo tail, it should have selling volume. But the volume on it, it was buying volume.
Okay.
On the CVD, looking at the CVD. So I took the first entry on it at 4266.
There's the CVD. Selling, buying on CVD. I think that's what you're saying. Selling as in we wicked up and rejected, came back down, made a new low below this bearish candle here, but then did not flush. Right?
Yes.
Just stayed there. And you're looking at CVD over here, and CVD's buying volume, right?
Yes.
So you're seeing the imbalance over here. Nice.
Yes.
And then was your entry above a certain level, or was it just...
I looked at the 2 minutes.
Now you're zooming into the 2.
And I took the breakout of the consolidation zone.
Breakout right around here.
It was right around 858. Yes, on this candle.
Right around here. Was it before this this move up here or after?
After.
After. Okay, so right over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And stop just below the range?
I had a tighter stop. I didn't want it to go back inside the range. Like, I started looking at something that might be interesting for some people. Looking at the 2 minutes, if you can zoom in, please, Jill.
Yeah. I'm going to get rid of volume and CVD, unless, are you talking about CVD?
No.
No? Okay. So let's, there you go.
So in here, we had like the first to this 260. It went up to the moving averages, rejected, came back. And again, after we saw a bearish candle, after this candle, you'd expect it to sell, to continue selling if they want to break it.
Yep.
But it started buying again.
Yep.
So I waited until we broke out this this box in the 2 candles after that. Yes, I bought the breakout and then put my stop. I didn't want the stop to go less than 62, 42.62. Because if it went through again, that means that it failed to hold the breakout and it will fail.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. And you said you got out right around the top of the previous possible resistance.
42.91.
91. Nice. Yeah. 4.7 R. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Carrick.
Yeah. And I took another short in the early market. That was really good, but Brian here will kill me. Brian, I know you will kill me, man. I took 2 shorts. I shorted the top 43.39. On the second
39 or 59?
39. 39. On the second push, this double top over here.
Yeah, over here.
I shorted the second top. No, the one before that.
This one?
Yes, this one, yes.
Okay. You
shorted. Yeah.
And then was your stop? Were you stopped out or?
No, I took a partial on it on the low of the range, 43.31, and after that it took me at break even.
Ah, okay.
But I kept watching it until in the 5 minute we put my favorite 3-bar play.
Okay.
On the second top, I took this one and I shorted from 43.33. And unfortunately, I went out at 43.25, but I was looking for it to go back to this 260 level because this is a monthly level.
Okay.
That would have been a monster trade, the biggest trade in my career. Yes,
well, could have, right? It's always like that. You know, had you held all the way down, this was a trade. I mean, who the hell knows where it's going to go, right?
No, especially Brian. I know what Brian will say.
Run or walk away.
Yeah.
I didn't have any reason other than that I have to attend to work. Basically, it was early, like we were starting business day.
I hate it when work gets in the way.
I should have put. I need to trust putting stop orders and leaving them.
Yeah, if you trust your system to execute a range order, that is one of the things that has made the most difference in my trading is walking away. Like even on Tuesday, I took a trade live with you guys and got stopped out because I was messing with it. And it went exactly in my direction. I mean, I don't remember exactly where it was. It was a short around here. I remember talking about it. I took the short and then I messed with it. And this happens when I'm sharing my screen, but you know, it was around here. Stop was around here, and 3R target would have been right here. Ended up going 10R in my direction. Had I left it, it would have gotten to my whatever it was. I think 3 or 4R. So it's if you can set it and forget it, it's incredible how often it works. So yeah, thanks for sharing, Carrick. Don't know if anybody else is looking at anything. This is an interesting move on oil. But oil, I was looking at oil yesterday. Look at this incredible wick. Was this a misprint or what? I don't know if you guys were trading oil or looking at it. You know,
that wasn't a misprint. That was news. I think
10:45 yesterday. Yeah, I wasn't trading yesterday, so but I saw it afterwards. Like, just it took out all the liquidity from, you know, anything previous. So the wicks like this just make it impossible to trade unless you aim for smaller moves. Right, look, we're going down, retracing, going down, retracing, going down, retracing, right? Until we find a possible bottom and start moving up. But oil just seems like it wants to tank. It seems like it just wants to get back to pre-conflict levels. Like,
Yeah, especially Kuwait. They said they will ramp up productions today before the market open. So I think that's why it's selling now.
so
Kuwait,
can you explain what that means, Tarek?
Kuwait will increase the production. Kuwait is a Gulf state. It's here in the Gulf, and they're one of the OPEC members. So they said that they will increase production as soon as possible.
That they will
So-
increase production?
Yes.
Okay.
So with increased production, increased supply is there. So that would put pressure on the price to go down.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for sharing.
I believe
Somebody who lives in the area.
the oil dynamics will change completely after this war because UAE went out of the OPEC. So, and they went out of the OPEC because they wanted to produce more.
Yeah, from what I'm reading, it definitely sounds like there could be changes to OPEC. So it'd be an interesting area. But, look at where we are right now. This was an area of support right before taking off. This is where we are right now. It was resistance. Right, let's just zoom in here. So this area right where we are right now was resistance, and then it came down, spiked down, and then it was the latest area of support. So, and when was this? This was March. So it was after the conflict began. Conflict began, if I'm not mistaken, in end of February. So that's a very, very higher time frame. Let's see what happens here. Do we actually find support and start buying from here? I don't know. I wouldn't trust it just because with the news that's going on, it just seems like things are getting rectified in the Gulf, and which would possibly push price down lower. MNQ, let's get back to the 5 on MNQ and MES. Definitely definitely in a choppy zone right now. Sorry, I got distracted by a DM that I just got. There you go. Okay. Oh. Is Carolina in here? No. Okay. Okay, so let's keep looking at this. Rejection of the highs over here did not give an entry, but the pullback over here is very interesting. So let's look at that. Right, this is an interesting area. So let's analyze this again. Room to the left from the tops over here. Absolutely, there's room to the left. We took out liquidity above yesterday's high, even above pre-market high. We are pulling back down. Actually, I want this to be, what's the high? 615. So I'm going to put these at the exact levels. Okay, and then the low where we might be retracing in is at low of this candle is 92. So let's put it to the exact level, 92. There we go. So this is where I'd be interested in watching what happens with the price action, right? Above here, I'm setting an alert just above this wick. I want to see, does it go into the 50? Are these sellers, are there more of these sellers? So that being said, I'm going to set something up on my other screen. Presenting, that is it there. Limit order sell with profit. Oh, the alert will go off there. This is just a paper trade. Just want to see what happens if we retrace into this. There you go. So that was entered. Again, because I'm on here, I did not take it in my own platform. That's okay. There's going to be other opportunities. MNQ. Zip into the 2-minute. Stop is above the 61.8. So that's the strategy, right? I missed the selling, pulling back, possible for the continuation down. And it's 50-50. Could work, could not work. Right. And, 51. I do not like that it's hanging out in here and accepting the green, the golden zone. So I'm going to get out of it. Close the position. That's, like I said, just a paper trade. If it gives the 2 minute, if it spikes in here and then puts in a new low, then I might actually get into this. MES is doing very similar. Not yet at the 50. I'm going to put an alert up here. MES did not take out liquidity from yesterday. It did not reach yesterday's high. And we are approaching 10 a.m. So for taking an actual trade, it is approaching my window. Yeah, MNQ spiked in. Again, difficult to take an entry over here. MES spiked up and is rejecting. MNQ, go to the 1 minute. Right, it is given a 1 minute fair value gap. Right, so the strategy is working that it is rejecting that 50% retracement area for the possible move down to the low of the range, or this level over here, 30,306. Definitely a battle going on right now. Don't know who's in control. Uh, Don't know if anybody took the short here on MNQ or MES. All right, rejection of the highs over here. This looks like something that Hamza would take, and Carrick are pulling back. Carrick, that was a really good spot to take your profit.
Yeah, I was just looking for the pullback
Yeah,
on gold, because on the bigger time frame, it's the 30 minutes, it's in a downtrend. So I don't want to overstay my welcome.
yeah, that's the thing. And you can absolutely make money shorting in a higher time frame uptrend. Right. But
Yeah.
like you said, I like your expression, don't overstay your welcome.
Yeah.
Hey, Gilles.
Hello.
I've been in the short on M2K twice now. The first one I got out at VWAP, and then it was sort of bouncing really weak, so I re-entered, and I'm hoping this one will turn into a bit of a hold. I just want to see what happens once this 4-hour candle closes.
Yeah, another minute. Where's that level? Be curious to see what happens here, and where are... Yeah, we're just getting into the range here, so we are just touching the Asia high, right? Right at this level right here. So interesting level on MNQ here. I don't like having them on screen all the time, but then, you know, when we are approaching areas that might be areas of interest, excuse me, then I'll pop them on and see is there a reason why we're stopping here. And this is Asia high, right? And this is London open. So we just went and touched right below London open and bouncing from there now. Take it off. M2K. M2K seems to be a good short. But higher time frame, that's a lot of chop. Higher time frame as in since yesterday's low, making new highs. This range over here is interesting. Don't know what happened to my color. Oh, yeah, I remember now. They changed it. You know what? That's what. That's good. Here you go. So it is 10 a.m. Time to reassess them. Right, from the open, a little bit of a double bottom here, retracing this area will be very interesting again.
The problem, Jill, that this area, I didn't take this trade because I learned something from Avi, fortunately, that looking at it on the 30 minutes, when you look at the left, this is an area of real congestion.
Are you talking about MNQ or gold?
MNQ, yes.
Okay, yeah. On the 30-minute, yeah, we're right inside the initial candle.
Yeah, so if we couldn't break out and hold above the arrow that you have over there, like this one, yes. Or we need to break down. It's a V reversal, but will it go up or go down? In this area, it's hard to tell.
Yep. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Trading within the initial 30-minute candle is very difficult. it is possible to take small positions. I don't know why this is saying today high is the high of this candle. Is it on that time frame? Yeah, today high is over here. But on the 30-minute, it's hugging the wick. Oh, okay, now it recalculated. Okay. So get this out of here. Still on a 30-minute time frame. All right, rejected the tops. Finding possible support at the last 30-minute fair value gap here. So for me, I want to know what happens above the range. Below the range, I'd have difficulty going short because there's a lot of support over here, possible support, a lot of wicks. So I prefer to get short at the top or look for the breakout and retest. But it is a Friday before a long weekend. The markets are closed tomorrow. However, futures markets are open for odd hours. Does anybody have that? Or you can always look for a link.
They'll just be open in the Asia and London session.
Asia and London session.
Yeah, so from the Globex start to before the New York cash open, I think is generally open when the US is closed.
Yeah, but it'll close at 12:30. Is that what it is right now, or 11 a.m. Eastern?
Yeah, so I think that's normally the end of the London session or something.
It is, yeah. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, so I will not be here tomorrow. I'll be back on Monday.
Yeah, it'll just be the electronic trading hours. So it's very much different price action to the cash session.
Different price action, but it's like the overnight session here, overnight for us in North America and in the Eastern time zone. I find the price action, trading this price action here, way easier than trying to tackle the open, the 9:30 and 10:30.
It looks pretty, but most of the time the range is quite small. The range only really gets big on the overnight session if there's news or if there was something like the FOMC, because there's a sort of probably a big imbalance or something.
Yeah.
So last night was really good, but usually, I mean, I don't think it is.
It's just as far as painting pretty pictures, as in, we're breaking out, we are retesting, putting in, I know I'm on the 30-minute here, but just, breaking out, retesting, continuing.
Yeah, interestingly, like you said, it actually works really well on the higher time frames. So like if you go down on the overnight session to like the 1 and the 5, it's very scappy and horrible.
Yeah.
But I'm speaking about the M2K. Maybe the MES and the MNQ, I'm guessing, trade a bit more 24-hour.
Yeah. Well, the MNQ, I was actually drawing some fib pictures for a colleague of mine, and from the open yesterday, it did like a couple times. It did the break and retest. Right, the break and at 50%, and then continuation. Like I'm not going to redraw them here, but it just you can tell that it found we started buying over here and then retraced, and then continued, and then
especially
and then a little bit of a retrace. I mean, I could draw them, but I've drawn them so many times on here, people are going to get tired of it. But overnight session here, yes, this one was larger, but it was actually on the higher time frame. So, right, you look, actually it wasn't that one, but it was on this retrace or on this retrace. So, right, but they just, I don't know, the moves are smoother I find during the overnight session. Yeah, they're not as pronounced, not as large, but I like that. I don't like these. Look, there are no over here. There were some big candles here at 8 p.m. last night, but you know, there's none of this massive garbage over here. Very hard to trade this for my style anyway. And this was FOMC yesterday. That's why I stayed away yesterday. I mean, this is, you know, for scalpers, this is scalper's dream. Right? If you pick a direction, then all of a sudden, boom, and then it just reverses and comes and takes out whoever hadn't taken profit yet, and then it drops again. I don't know if anybody had any luck with this yesterday, and it seems to be doing the same thing at the open this morning. So, like Carrick was saying, in the first half hour here or within the range, stay away. I'm going to wait to see if it takes out the highs over here, and then I want to see how it reacts. So price action once it makes a new high. Do we reject and sell, or do we break out and retest?
I'm finding when New York has a big day, the VWAP works really well on the overnight session.
The what? Sorry?
VWAP.
The VWAP. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of just, if it starts trending back in the, especially like after a dip, if it starts trending back in the direction of the New York session close or the open, and it just tends to stay above it all the way.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. I'm gonna get rid of VWAP here. That my alert just went off on MES. Look at where it came in here. Just wicked into it. High of that candle was 81.75, so we're at the right level. The low of this was 35.50. We're at the right level. Came into the 50, didn't touch it though. So high of that candle is 58.25. 50 was at 58.50. So a limit order right below, which is where I usually put my limit order, would have filled. Would it have worked? I don't know. Let's see. Over here, stop there. Here we are. Let's see. The limit order would have worked there. There's a little bit of a double top on MNQ on the 5-minute, right? Coming from below, made a top, pullback. This is more of a pullback than what I like to see for my entry on a double top. I know I've got a lot of reasons not to get into trades, but it's from getting chopped up many times. I'm more picky. But yeah, that is a little bit of a double top formation. I honestly prefer when we take out liquidity above the top and wick up and then come down. So then it's a kangaroo tail reversal paired with a double top. So that's what I'm looking for in MNQ. That's why I've got my alert up there. But MES, right? Let's see, if this had gotten me in and it wicks down and then comes back up and starts messing around in here, then I would possibly just take it off. But again, in an uptrend, it is possible to short as long as you're not looking to get down to yesterday's low. Let me get back to the chat. Howdy peeps, joined late today, took a long position on Tesla. Key support level, aiming for session high. Let's see. Evo was not on the mic this morning. Let's look at it. TSLL. So long from 1250. So higher time frame. Possible support right here. Came down to it. 1250, long above the bullish candle. Stop possibly below the low. Aiming for high of the session. The way I like to put it is 3 over here. All right, let's see how it works out. Good luck on that. MES is working in my favor so far. Gold, what's going on? Very mellow price action on gold right now. All right, this was support pre-market. Will it hold as support? Roblox, for anybody who's interested, up 7.9%. Bit of a pullback on SpaceX. Right, we had a decline yesterday, coming back to a level that I put over here. I've got an alert on another application that if it gets down to IPO price, that's where I'd be interested at 135. Not for a trade though. RBLX. They have news 2 days ago. Securities class action amid surprise age verification impact. They do seem to have good age verification. It's a little short video that you have to send. I know because my daughters had to do it. But there must be something, this seems positive and that news seemed negative. So I don't know if there is other news here on Roblox, but that's obviously being bought up. Oh. We used to trade Roblox back in the day. MNQ, still choppy, difficult price action. Let's put an alert at my take profit here on my strategy short that I did not take. This is paper trading over here. And 2K, don't know if you're still short, Hamza, but that's it's nice movement down.
Yeah, still short.
Good. Do you mind sharing where your target is?
I don't really have one. I'm just going to trail the stop.
Yeah.
Just keep it at a reasonable distance and see how far it can go.
There's no buy-in right now. So 5-minute fair value gap from the open at 6 p.m. yesterday. So from the open here, I always find this to be an interesting area. At this point, it very likely it's going to come and grab that. MES just hit my target. There you go. So +3 on that. Again, did not take it. Just trying to be transparent here. I likely would have taken this, right? Because this is absolutely my setup. Room to the left, selling, couldn't get into the selling at the open, retraced right into the 50, wicked into it, and, +3 just on these 2 candles. Right here. And if you aim for down here, then, it turns into a break-even trade. Because at this point, if it got to my 3R and then starts retracing, there's no way I'm leaving my stop back where it was. Here, let me put the levels back in. Right? So this was my entry, or would have been my entry. Aiming for 3R. Look at where it went. Right to 3R. Take profit at 3. Right? Trading like a robot. But now that it's retracing over here, there's no way I would leave my my stop back here, right? Because the move happened. It went to the 3R. So if I did not take profit, or if my 3R would have been right below that wick, I'd be moving my my stop back to break even. Maybe a tad above break even, just a tad, because it might just come and squeeze up here and then continue. But after getting to the profit target and not taking the profit, better off not just save the capital and get in later on another setup. They happen all the time, like incredibly all the time. Interesting price action on gold.
Interesting.
Nvidia, you said?
Yeah, break and retest upwards from H4 to H6. But I wouldn't have taken it because I don't like the space to the left on it. But other than that, it's pretty much putting a kangaroo tail revert, like not reversal, but continuation. That's like the 1 minute kangaroo tail.
Oh, okay. I was going to say it's not on the 5. Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this room to the left. Like, holy, how much room to the left do you want?
Me, it's just the high of
Over here.
Yeah, the high over there.
Yesterday,
like,
yeah.
I wouldn't have hit my take profit by then, and I just feel like that's a pretty big area where it could stop.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, MNQ. There's my alert at the top on MNQ. So this is where I'd start looking for the possibility of a double top. What I'd prefer to see is a wick up, a rejection for the move down. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to leave it on MNQ over here. Dip recoil, and it looks like finding buyers at Golden Zone so far. Let's look at TSLL again. The Golden Zone that I see over here is a short, right? Because the impulse move was lower. So this is how I would draw it. You know, and I'd be putting an alert over here, and I'd be, if you're long over here, I'd definitely be curious to know what happens in this area over here, right? Because it will chop around here, right? That's a prediction, but it's a likely prediction. It's going to chop. Don't know where it's going to go, but the Golden Zone is traded by millions of traders and institutions. I believe you were talking about the long Golden Zone. So there was a bit of a kangaroo tail here. So let's go to the top. There you go. Came in, tested the Golden Zone. Right? Could be going up. Right? But at this level right here, it's likely to chop. MNQ. You're going to give me an entry, MNQ? Parsa shared a message. He's going to be in the room at 10:30. Yeah, fib level from session low doji. Thank you for sharing, Evo. I think that's what I drew over here. So thank you. GC, see this? A lot of chop over here. I would have liked to have seen a big gap down over here, a big wick down, and then the continuation higher. Right, on a higher time frame, this is a very big double bottom for the possibility of a continuation up. MNQ. I'm going to put another alert above the wick. Right? Did it make a new high? High was 612. High was 612.50 and 613.75. So it did make a little bit of a higher high. MU all-time high, 1,121. Let's look at MU. This is one of those that it's, look at the daily chart here. Yeah. Yeah. So from 475, broke out of these highs over here. put a level there. Once it broke out of here and retested, right? These work on higher time frames too. Look at this. And now, you know, approaching 3 times, 3x from an entry over here. Hindsight 2020. Woulda, coulda. MNQ. I'm very tempted to just keep looking at this 1023. Very interesting position. Right? Breakout and retest possible. Rejection of this area possible. MES not anywhere near yesterday's high. So is MNQ going to break out and make, aim for these other levels over here and leave MES behind? I know not everybody looks at both, at the correlation between the both, but I like to. There's a big push up on MES. Look, it would have stopped you out if you hadn't taken the 3-hour profit over here. So MNQ. MNQ. Interesting push up. Is price being accepted up here, or it's getting very extended from the 9 EMA, and Nvidia is absolutely continuing on its push up. See, above here, the next level up here, 210.32. What's going on with Tesla? Tesla 3R. And if we were trading this, I would be sizing my position right above here, stop below the wick, and top of the range is exactly 3R. There we go. MNQ. Okay, a few more minutes, and then I'm going to pass it over to Parsa. Target on MNQ, Saber, awesome. Tony, good to hear. I haven't been able to catch you all week. Yeah, I wasn't here yesterday. I will not be here tomorrow because markets are pretty much closed tomorrow for a holiday in the States. And Saber on MNQ, assuming that was a long, unless you put that 1025. No, so it was a long on MNQ. Awesome, good trade. Without knowing your entry and everything, but whenever you hit a target, that's always good. Double bottom on the 2-minute, yeah. Right over here. Right, bottom, move up. Target at the high day, it's a good target to have. So I'm going to cut out since I've pretty much shared what it is I'm looking at here. I'm going to set some alerts. If it starts, I just wanted to share one last thing. If it starts selling over here and I don't get an entry, that's where I get in on the reload, right? If it really starts selling over here, I don't chase it. And I'll just wait for the retracement, because if there are a lot of sellers over here, they're going to wait to get back in. Right? And it definitely looks like it could be happening. However, the previous 5-minute candle was just a doji, just an indecision candle here. So for me, there's no entry over here. But if it just starts flushing, it's like, okay, take your time, wait for it to retrace 50%, and then possibly get in. So anyway, that being said, have a great weekend, everyone. I'm out of here, and I'll be back on Monday. All right. Cheers. Like I said, Saber is in, or Saber is in here, but Parsa will be presenting at 10:30. Okay. Stopped out TSLL, closing the station for the day. Okay. We'll see you next week, Evo. All right. Cheers. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thank you.
So I didn't hear. I think somebody said something there, but okay.